I'm still calling it, guys. Call the Lightning is underrated. See what I did there? Call? No, okay. Let's get back to actual
I see it.
Coverage.
Oh, we're covering something.
Are we?
I don't know. I think we're trying to find a match still.
We do have...
Yeah, we're trying to find something here.
Picador, Still Had All D's, Error Ash, and Nurks, and Technonaut. Those are... And Hans. There's 6 different streams on Twitch that we should be able to work with. Hopefully one of those has one.
Let me check. We've got a new group that's apparently launching, Group D. Error Ash is a part of that group, so maybe we will head there for this one, because we just had some technical issues with the Technonaut game, and that one got delayed, so give me a second, and I will pull that one up on the screen.
Alright, Error Ash doesn't have any games going on yet.
Where is... I don't see... Error Ash, there we go, okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pull that up on screen, and let's actually get it actually up on the screen. So right now, just kind of hanging out there. In the meantime, I need to find my giveaway to roll. Go ahead and type in that, and let's roll it off to Setmio. Go ahead and show that there on screen. And
Nurk versus Pesh is live over on Nurk stream.
Okay, maybe we'll cut over to Nurk then, since that one is actually going. Let's see here. Here we go.
Oh, I see it. Okay, so it looks like Nurk is on Alolan Tempest. Although he's playing a very interesting version. He's got Gargoyles and Nexus Tactician. And all we see from Pesh so far is a Flamebreak Invoker.
Okay, so
Pesh is on Necrium Tempe's Deathweaver Iztech.
Ooh, he's got Iztech.
He's also got Flamebreak.
Yeah.
He typed it as Flame Stoke Invoker,
Stoke?
but I'm assuming that's Flamebreak. With
Flame
Frostmane
Stoke
Dragons and Heralds and Predators. So he's sort of like on a Necrium Tempe's removal plan.
Yeah, Predator deck. I like it.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I just have a report. We had watched Stoutmeister earlier on his very interesting Cersei plus Aloyan deck. I've just gotten a report that Stoutmeister with Killian managed to pull off a level 4 Cersei on turn 2 of rank 3. 3 level 4 Cersei game.
That's fantastic.
Boom.
Go Killian.
So Zithian Direhound, Grimbat Predator, super duper combo.
I do like
Setmio, you've got like, I don't know, I'll give you like 30 more seconds to actually type something in chat in order to get your code. Otherwise, we're going to re-roll. So
if ever there was a time to play a Frostmane Dragon and get the egg, it is now.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
There
we go.
So,
Burnout.
Oh, he's still playing Phoenix. Interesting. I think he's going to have to Phoenix here. Otherwise, he'll take all kinds of damage.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
he can go Static Shock Battlebrand.
Oh, that works too. That's way better. I was thinking he could double Aegis Knight, but also do it.
Alright, so if Kit's around and wants to say what this code is that he punched into chat, that's totally cool, because I have no idea. So I'm going to be sending you this code here in a moment for something that I'm sure is really, really awesome.
Flamebreak Invoker plus Flame.
So check your Twitch messages, Setmio, for the code.
What do you guys think of Iztech? That's kind of a new one.
I like him in the right decks. The right decks that can leverage the raw power of the cards he brings. I think they have a lot of potential, but a lot of decks don't really know how to utilize him yet.
Yeah, no, that's a card I don't actually own any, so I haven't had a chance to play with him. But he seems really spicy. Like he has so much text, it has to be good. It's kind of like my feeling. Alright, he does get the egg here. Oh, he's playing the Aegis Knight Nexus Tech combo. That's really interesting.
Yeah. I can't imagine we're not going to see the Predator get branded.
Yes, that deals nicely. And then you could probably Aegis Knight to smash that Iztech.
Yeah.
Because it will get... Does Nexus Tech give 3 armor? It does give 3 armor, so the Aegis
Yes.
Knight will one-shot the Iztech as well.
It's a one-shot combo there.
Level the Phoenix. Interesting. I think maybe you level the Battle Brand here, but maybe he's just trying to get lucky with the Phoenix on 3.4.
That's a long ways away.
Yeah, but I mean, playing for the future. We'll see how that comes up. Interesting. He chose to level the Aegis Knight instead of play it. That does give him the extra leveled Battle Brand.
Mm-hmm.
And not moving the Frostmane Dragon. Isn't that move free?
If he leaves it there, and Pesh plays a Predator into 5 to kill it,
Yes.
it actually locks the Predator over in that side of the board.
But it also locks the Predator in front of a Dragon Egg. So like,
I mean,
I don't
that's
know, I
not
feel
the issue though.
yeah, no, I know, I understand. I just feel like that's either way. Like if there's a Predator next to the egg, you're feeling pretty unhappy about it.
So he could jetpack the Frostmane Egg if he really wanted to.
And then Oratek explosives it. Value.
But I don't think that's the right play.
I can't imagine that it's ever the right play. Because you want that thing to... I mean, it's just going to die. And it's more importantly, it's going to die to a Predator if you do that. I mean, clearly you're playing the Frostmane Dragon, potentially in lane 2?
I think you might play the Sentinel here as well. Just for the Aegis Knight blowouts.
I don't know, that's so risky if he has a Predator. Because, you know, playing random low health creatures against a Predator deck is always going to leave you open to some kind of Predator play. Eating your
the
creature.
question is, what else does he play here then?
Yeah, there's not very many good options, but maybe
He actually is jetpacking the Frostmane Egg.
Oh, that Predator's gonna hurt next turn. I hope for Nurk's sake there is no Predator from Pesh.
I mean, interesting block there with the Frostmane Dragon in that he's forcing Pesh, if he wants to kill the Frostmane Dragon and grow the Predator at the same time, to replace his Flame Break or wait until after combat to do it. Either way, Nurk is going to get that Flame Break Invoker out of the way, if that's the sequence.
Yeah. Ooh, Iztech into Frost form. Interesting.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to read that one. I am not familiar enough with Iztech to know all of his forms off the top of my head. That is.
It has an activate to deal damage to a creature.
Oh, interesting.
I think we might just see double Gargoyle here, honestly.
Yeah.
It's going to be the hardest thing for Pesh to deal with.
Yeah, this is really old school here. Gargoyles versus Predators.
And he knows that Pesh doesn't have any crushes,
Yeah.
so this is actually fairly safe.
I mean, a level 1 Crush still gets it. Oh, that's right.
gosh.
Decklists are published. Are they?
Bright
Are Decklist
Steel
up?
Sentinel, Aegis Knight. He has full board coverage on whatever.
That is a combo.
So I think that right now, Nurk is slightly advantaged, but Iztech can change all math at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, for heaven's sakes, he deals so much damage.
So let's see. I'm looking at Pestra's deck. He does have no Glacial Crushes. Correct. Gargoyle's really strong when your opponent doesn't have any Glacial Crushes.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason we saw the disappearance of Gargoyle is because of Yetis. The Gargoyle is still it's an incredibly powerful card. It just matches up so poorly against the Destroyed Defenders for free kind of cards, which those are no longer in play. Ugh. At least,
which actually means it might be the time to bring back the Defender cards.
Yeah, people are. Although Gargoyle is not actually that widely played. I think this is the first deck we've seen today.
Well, I mean, you could bring back Nuwada as well.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good call. I think. Yeah, it looks like Nerk is the only player in the deck list, in the published deck list so far, that is playing Gargoyle. So maybe
I think we see double slide on the Gargoyle into Sentinel Aegis Knight to preserve the most health on both of them.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll end up with a. Well, actually, no. If he just slides the Gargoyle in 4, he'll have a 9/5 Gargoyle and a 9/1, which is slightly better than a 9/4 and a 9/2.
Yes. Although it looks like he is considering the Battle Brand here. Like, leave the Predator alive, Battle Brand the Invoker, and then just play Aegis Knight in front of it. That's also nice, because you get to level the Battle Brand as well.
Mm-hmm. I just like keeping his board clear at all times while adding to yours.
Yeah, I mean, there's level 1 Predator's not a huge threat. I definitely think you need to kill the Invoker, because that could potentially give him a window to kill the Gargoyles. He could eat through the 5 armor pretty easily with the Invoker. Looks like that is what he's going to go for. He's trying to kill the Invoker and keep his Gargoyles alive. I like this play a lot. I think the Predator doesn't matter too much.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there definitely are choices.
Yes.
So, I mean, no level 3s for Nurk yet, but he does have some very powerful level... Well, no, he's got one level 3, but no level 3 creatures is what I meant.
Right.
But even if a Predator does come down here, Nurk is going to be able to deal 16 damage to it, potentially 20.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not in a bad spot.
Yeah. I think I would take Nurk's position here if I got to choose. Predator style decks are decks that do not deal with board position with when they're behind on board, they don't deal with that very well. Especially when it's a board that you can't really epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like a board full of Gargoyles and Aegis Knight, and they all have a ton of armor. That's a really tough board for this Predator to actually deal with.
I'm actually curious to see how well Nurk does over the weekend.
Yeah, no, this deck is sweet.
There's the Predator.
Yeah, he's also the only person in the tournament playing Aegis Knight so far of the deck lists that have been published. There's the Predator, though. That is going to die to the Battle Brand 100%, I think.
Yeah, Predator's going down somehow.
Yes. Although I think that's the only way you can do it, right?
He has to either Frost Shatter Strike onto it.
Oh, that's right.
Battle Brand.
Right, you can Frost Shatter Strike to bump the Aegis Knight.
And to be fair, I think I like the Frost Shatter Strike and Aegis Knight onto Predator, and then Battle Brand the Invoker.
That is fair. I mean, that's only putting... I guess that is almost killing it, yeah.
And then post-combat, he can just slide the Gargoyle over, or leave it over there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Pesh has leveled any efficient way to deal with the Gargoyles. I think he might have a Zillion Direhound left in his deck, actually. Which would maybe make you not want to put it near the Predator. He's going for the... looks like he's going for that play. It's a really nice play. Yeah, that way you have a really good chance. Even if you have the worst hand in the world, you can still kill this Invoker next turn. Although the Invoker is going to make his Gargoyles vulnerable. I think you're not going to move the Gargoyles in front of the Predators.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going for it.
I think you opt to take the 19 damage here.
Although I guess this is a hedge in case he doesn't draw an efficient way to kill the Invoker.
Which
you
he
trade
did.
the Gargoyle for it. Yeah.
I mean, he drew a really good Static Shock chain and Gargoyle.
Right. So the Static Shock 3 plus Static Shock 1 is going to kill the Invoker. Oh, what card did he just play there?
No, it'll be Static Shock 3 that just straight up kills Invoker.
Oh, that's right. It does 4 damage. Right. What card did he just play to kill the Gargoyle?
I think it was Burnout.
It could have been...
Yeah, it was Burnout.
Okay.
It was 11 damage.
Yeah, you can Static Shock the Invoker, and then burn out one of these other creatures, and then play Gargoyle.
So it's Static Shock Invoker, Static Shock Face, burn out the Predator, Gargoyle in 4.
Yes, I think you just move the level 2 Gargoyle to the center and hit for 9.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty straightforward.
And even with the Deathweaver, that Gargoyle will still have to take 21 damage to die.
Right. .21 damage is a lot of damage. Oh, interesting. He goes for the Tarsus kill. Huh. Okay,
That's fair.
so he elects to put 7 damage on his Gargoyle in order to kill the Tarsus. Which... I mean, Tarsus,
if you see a Tarsus in a pact,
yeah, but
that's actually pretty smart.
Level 1 Tarsus is only +2. Right, so if you return
Frostmane.
Oh, that's a good
That's also
hand.
explosives.
That's really good with Gargoyle. Ortec Explosive plus Gargoyle is an insane combo. All right, we see Fire Form Iztec.
I think
Looks like he's just all in on burn. That's crazy. All right, Nerks at 15. How does he put this game away as fast as possible? That's the question.
I think he just drops double Frostmane here. And leaves Pesh with exactly one lane to try and burn out through.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. I don't think there's any other efficient play here. But, you know, these Gargoyles are not fast clocks. That's one of the huge downsides of the card. It gives you incredible board control at the cost of not being able to kill them very fast. Because it does only attack every other turn because of the Defender mechanic.
Well, I mean, it puts Pesh dead next turn.
It does.
But at the same time, Nurk is dead next turn if Pesh finds the right cards.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, I can't play around this, so I'm going to put you dead.
Yep. Although, what the Gargoyle does is it means that Pesh doesn't have to kill him on the turn. Although I think he's going to have to anyways. Like, he doesn't have to worry about overkilling him through the combat step, basically. If he has another Iztec Flame combo, I think that's lethal. How much damage is Iztec level 1? 5 damage.
Iztec level 1 is a total of 14. So Iztec Flame is lethal. But if he doesn't have it, I think Nurk has it.
Yeah.
Or Pesh has to have double burn. He could never play around that, though.
Right. I mean, I don't think you can play on anything here. I think you just have to play your big guys and hope he can't kill you. Does Pash have any level 2 Varnus packs?
I
if he
think Pesh has played one level 2 Varnus Pact.
Okay,
I mean,
so
one level 1.
I was thinking it's possible that he could like clog the board here so that he can't die, but he'd have to fill 4 lanes to not die, because
He would
all
have
of
to
his
fill
creatures
5.
have... Well, no, because only... Oh, that's right, because Nerk has Burn in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if Pesh... Since Pesh doesn't know that he has Burn, he could potentially fill 4 lanes and only take 16 damage from one of these movement creatures, and then go to 1 and then have another turn to kill. But as it turns out, Nerk has Burn, so he would have to fill all 5 lanes, which is impossible without like level 3 Varnus Pact, which I don't think he has. So Pesh is basically on kill him or he's dead. And Nurk is not dead yet, so I would assume that Pesh doesn't have the kill. Because if he had the kill, he would have probably killed him already.
Well, that or he's dancing over on the other side.
Yeah, looks like he's just dead.
Dire Hound. Okay.
Yep, that's not going to do it. These creatures. I guess he's doing the check to make sure that Pesh or that Nurk knows what his cards do.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine a universe where.
I think he's checking to see if Nurk's actually going to place both eggs.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah,
of course, I wouldn't have placed the other egg. Then I would have actually. Okay, that works.
Yeah. I mean, this, no matter, like, Nurk could basically do anything and Pesh would die. Like, any of his cards kill him, basically.
He's going for the full rubbins.
Yeah. The full rubbins includes both eggs as well. So he did miss out on the second egg.
It's true. He could have gone full rubbins, had both eggs.
Pesh, make sure that Nurk getting. I mean, in a tournament like this, you go for your percentage points. Making that play might give you a 0.05% chance to win the game. And so, in the long term, if you make that play every time it comes up, you'll win 0.05% more games. Right? So, it's all about the percentage points. Good play from Pesh there. But in the end, Nurk's sweet mobility deck with Gargoyles, which traditionally has been the ultimate counter to Grimgaunt Predator decks, because that card is so hard to kill if you're not playing a bunch of Yetis.
Or Dreadbolt.
Or Dreadbolts, right? Is Pesh playing Dreadbolts? I don't think he is. Yeah, Dreadbolt's gone out of style for a long time.
And I think he might be regretting that.
Yeah, I mean, the card's really not very powerful given the current metagame. You can't Dreadbolt anything in the Brood Queen deck. Like not a single card in that deck is Dreadboltable without some kind of help. So I think no Dreadbolts is probably the right call. He just ended up playing against the one guy in the tournament playing Gargoyles, and got punished. So.
Mm-hmm. I really like this deck list, though.
Yeah, no, it's really.
It was really cool to see.
No, I think Aegis Knight was the best card that no one ever played. It's like so powerful. It's basically Euronti Warlord, except you're playing creatures with armor, which are better than stupid Yetis. Like I think it was just waiting for a home and waiting for a metagame where it was going to explode. And I think Nurk might have a really solid build here. I really like the build. I think the Aurotech Battlebrand is going to put this sort of strategy over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's a time where Gargoyle hate is at an all-time low, and Aegis Knight is very powerful with Brightsteel Gargoyle. That plus Aurotech Battlebrand, like all the cards synergize really well together. He even has the one jetpack. Love it. I can respect the one jetpack.
Oh, I think everybody can respect the one jetpack, especially when it dealt 3 damage off of a Frostmane egg. I still remember.
Guess who's back?
Oh, it's Kit. Even better.
Okay.
Who are you?
Some dude. Don't worry about it.
Do you even play this game?
On days that end in IE. Monday,
Other days?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Get out of here.
So anyways, Fox, I believe it is your time to go relax a little bit.
It's my time to shine? Okay.
Go have some fun, buddy. Get
All
some
right,
food,
I'll see you
stretch
guys
your
later.
legs.
Yeah, see you, man.
That's what I just did. How goes it, Yamas?
It's doing all right. I'm still gushing about that deck from Nurk. That deck is sweet.
Bet you can't wait to play it.
I know. I mean, I
You're
needed the
actually
crafts.
queuing up as we speak with that deck.
I mean, I'm not that multitaskable. Like, I don't have that attention span. But as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna go craft me some Aegis Knights and get in there. That is a card I did not craft before, believe it or not.
I think we're just gonna wait and chill. I think for the next round to start. Maybe we can catch a tail end if Racecar puts one on. But that said, In the meantime, how would you guys like another mini spoiler of the new legendary?
These better be some sweet legendaries.
They really are. Chat, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. The more votes for whichever card first, I will spoil something about the level 1 of the card, depending on if you vote Rage of Kadris or vote Nexus Aeronaut.
And I get, like, my vote counts like 10 times, right?
Yeah, but not for this contest.
Hey, speaking of contests, this is actually probably a good time to do a plug for the kind of like create a fun backstory contest for the dual faction thing that Notherin's running. Let me go scroll back and find that link so I can post it in chat.
Looks like everyone wants Rage of Kadris by a lot.
It's because we've talked too much about Nexus Aeronauts.
And because it's a
like,
spell. Like, people have been wanting a 6 spell for so long. Like,
Varna's
Pact
spell is really good too.
Yeah. I mean, Varna's Pact was like the only 6 spell that we've had so far.
I like Childgrave.
I mean, it's a sweet card, but I don't know about sick. Like, it's really sweet, but it's not obscenely powerful.
All right, so
Rage of Aeronaut. I like
Rage of Aeronaut. Nexus Technonaut.
JMO, back for the troll.
So I'm going to go ahead and...
match to be testing for, JMO?
I'm going to go ahead and post a link to the contest that Notherian started. This is a support your favorite dual faction contest, whatever faction. And technically there is a choice in there for mono faction if you're just a single faction kind of person. But there's going to be some pretty sweet prizes, including the 3.1 pre-constructed decks given away there. So definitely check out that link and put some content in, and hopefully you guys can win some sweet stuff.
Much excitement. I like sweet stuff.
I should actually put that down below in the stream. I think I'm going to do that.
It's a little weird. Sorry.
Interesting.
So I'm going to let it go on a little bit soon. Hopefully Aeronaut catches up. Maybe not. I'm really excited about the Aeronaut. Really excited about the spell too, but I'm not normally a player of that specific faction.
Well, you're biased because you know what the cards are anyways.
This is true. Well, no, I'm biased because I don't play that faction.
Tempest is the best faction on the planet.
Hey, we have not revealed that it's Tempest yet, sir.
Oh, okay, Kadris. You're right. Kadris is the Lord of Utera.
He hangs out in the Grove, chills with Ivory.
Yeah, this fiery dude hanging out in the Grove. No big deal.
Sometimes they fly and go hang out with Ironbeard.
Well, maybe Rage of Kadros is a new Terra spell that really pisses off Kadros.
Wouldn't it be Rage at Kadris then?
Oh, man.
I like it. So did we get a hint about Rage of Kadros yet?
Not yet, shush.
Please? If I ask really nicely?
No. It'll come. Give it time.
Alright. Are we staying on Nurk?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep, he's going to be playing against Zwaxer, and depending on how delays might work out, we might be able to work out like a view both hands kind of a thing. Sometimes people have stream delays, and that just doesn't really make sense to do. But we're going to give it a shot. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, no, I want to see more of Nurk's deck. This deck is amazing.
Much exciting.
Yeah, no, this is the coolest deck I've seen so far today, and there's some sweet decks today.
Alright, so...
I just wanted to stop on quickly and say props to Wookie Mike and Chodochio, who are both off to an incredible start in Groups A and B, respectively. Nothing is decided yet, but...
Wow.
Those two are almost surely in the top 16 at 5-0.
I mean, they could lose 2 in a row, and then I don't know. I'm sure
it's
there's
possible they could fall. They could lose 2 in a row, fall into a tie at 5-2, have to play an extra tiebreaker match, and lose the tiebreaker match.
Yeah, so we have to be incredible circumstances.
Oh, speaking of upcoming matches, by the way, Zwaxer is turning off his delay so that we can show both players' hands.
What a guy.
That is amazing.
Welcome to the community of Soulforge, where everyone's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to see if I can get that set up on the fly here.
I'm not going to be able to see both hands, though. I guess I could open up both streams.
Yeah, you could multi-twitch it if you want.
Oh yeah, multi-twitch is the thing.
You should send me that link while I talk about Kadras real quick.
You guys should also all go multi-twitch it.
So, here you go. Rage of Kadras. Each Tempe's creature you control gets blank and blank.
+10 and mobility 7.
Now, the two things are completely different. They're unrelated in any way, so it's not...
It seems like
What?
Nurk has a delay. Dang it.
Rats.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just watch Nurk. No worries.
Good guys, Waxor.
Oh, Zwaxer, you're awesome, man. Thank you for doing
He tried. He was fairly awesome. I appreciate
that.
it.
Yeah, because there are definitely already a few into this.
All right, let's
Actually,
just
put your delay back on. And then maybe this will still work.
Nope. Completely different. You can't get aggressive mobility. Those are both just buffs. It does two completely different things.
Oh, I bet one's like helpful and the other one's like hurtful, maybe. That'd be kind of cool.
That's interesting. Little sword and board action.
Yeah.
A sword and board spell.
Yeah, so like +3/+3.
Yeah. No.
You got attack and defense. It's sword and board. +20 and overload. Interesting. Wait, how do your creatures can't get overload? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, once they're already in the field, that's silly.
This creature gets overload. Oh no. Poison and armor 100. I like it.
Wow. They get poisoned and armor 100? They have 100 poison?
And 100 armor.
So Mr. Racecar, are you getting rid of the
I'm going to see if he's going to stream back again with a delay, and if that lines up, and then if it does, great. If not, I'll go ahead and kill the second hand thing. Oh, gosh.
Then Nurk goes offline.
All the streams are dying.
Well, we are into the game.
Oh,
here,
he's going to kill his delay as well.
From
So
Nurk's side.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
That would be why.
nobody streams with delay.
Yep, I'm doing things behind the scenes. Hey, it's Radrin.
Hello.
Hi, Radrin.
Ooh, Echoist. Interesting deck from Zwaxor.
Sweet.
And there goes Spork.
All right,
Or
so
Nurk.
back alive.
Okay. So Zwaxor. Okay,
So-
Nurk's up, and the board advanced significantly.
Yes.
'Cause-
as the delay disappears.
Yeah.
And we should be getting the hand back. You guys are awesome, by the way. And, you know, we always talk about how we can never do this without awesome players in this community who do their streams and set these kinds of things up just like on a whim at our request. We really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. So definitely big shout out to everybody who's streaming and screen sharing with us today for making this an awesome spectator event.
Yeah, it's really like we didn't want to like just kick people who wouldn't share screen with us, but we weren't going to deny them from winning. But we definitely wanted to stress when we sent out our invites, this is a spectator event. Please let us know if you can't ahead of time, so at least we can plan on it. And pretty much everybody got back to us from what I heard.
Yeah, a lot of people
A
are
lot
streaming. Yeah, honestly, you can go on to Twitch and just check the Soulforge channel. You'll see a whole bunch of people streaming their games today. So if you're all about the big screen multi-Twitch all of Forge Watch Invitational today, that's definitely a possibility. There are a lot of good streams going on.
So can I point out this Nephrax?
Yeah.
I love Nephrax. That card is amazing. Looks like Zwaxor's doing some sweet stuff over there.
Hey Yamas, can you just pass me that link? I asked you like 4 times, but
What link?
the multi-twitch you're using.
Oh, I haven't set that up yet.
Oh, okay, that would explain it.
I mean, do you guys need me to?
Nah, that's fine.
All you have to do is put in the name of the 2 streams, like /Waxor / Nerk, to do that.
I'll figure it out.
This is the kind of thing where, like, if I wasn't running the event, I'd like hook my computer up to my television and probably just like multi-twitch all of the games.
That would be so awesome.
So I could just see everything that was going on.
This should work. The link I put in the chat here.
Cool.
I haven't loaded it up. I just going to load it. So we have an interesting position here for Nerks. He's got 2 Brood Queens just to contend with.
Yeah, some really interesting choices here. I have to imagine at least one of those Tempest spells is going to get played just to make sure that Nephrax gets traded out.
Yeah, no, I think you have to deal with this Nephrax. That's
Yeah.
A free 5/5 is.
Yeah, I'm thinking what you burn out the lane 2 Brood Queen, and then you've got a trade in 1 and 5 because of the trigger, and lane 3 is already trading, and then essentially you can just set something else up.
Yeah, I like it a lot. You also get to keep the Frostmane. We are close to leveling.
Yeah.
He only has to keep it for 1 more turn, which means that Zwaxor will have to play a removal spell, which he doesn't have. So if he makes that play, we know that the egg will be evolving. So yeah, I think using the burnout here is excellent. And then just play something, whichever card is best, either the Garb or the Aegis Knight.
Decides to get the damage through with the Aegis Knight. That's pretty sweet.
You know, the more I think about it, I'm wondering, like, burn out that lane 3 card with the Aegis Knight getting through, and then battle brand it to make sure that it ends up killing off the lane 2 one anyway. And then you have a much larger Aegis Knight sitting on board. Not that you really need it in player level 1, but...
Yeah, so it looks like he valued leveling the Frost Shatter Strike. Is that what it's called? Frost Shatter Strike?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Looks like he valued leveling that card over the extra Aegis Knight, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, he could have made the same play where he just trades the Aegis Knight with a Spirit and then played a second Aegis Knight instead.
Hello, everybody. I have now made it in. All the deck techs have been uploaded.
Sweet. So we'll be looking forward to those as soon as we start getting some of those deck lists public. We'll probably show 1 or 2 of them. I think it'll be fun.
So this is my first time actually seeing Nerk's list, and it's sweet.
I love it.
Like, this is so cool.
You would think that. You would think Aloy and Tempest is sweet.
Well, of course I would think Aloy and Tempest is sweet.
Yeah, it was the only thing he was ever able to win with.
And nothing's changed.
The Frostmane Dragon egg here is going to level up into the Frostmane Dragon. Some sweet value, which means... Oh no, he doesn't get another egg. That'd be too good. We have from Zwaxor here. Excellent play, by the way, from Nerk, not blocking, which is going to play around this Devour in Zwaxor's hand. If he had tried to get value with the Gargoyle on the Devour, for example, Zwaxor might be able to play this Devour. But as it turns out...
That was a very full board.
Yes.
You know, I'm kind of liking what'll happen here, because if you drop the Invoker and go Static Shock Explosives, you can wipe the board pretty.
Yep, it does pretty much wipe the board.
Well, I mean, you actually kill everything. No, you just
it kills the Brood Queen for sure too.
Static Shock drop the Invoker EN5, Static Shock the Brood Fang, and put the explosives on the Gargoyle and swing it into 3.
Oh, that's right. He has
That
explosives.
doesn't kill the Devourer, though, does it?
Drop the Invoker in 4 after you move. And yes, it does kill the Devourer. No, it doesn't, because it gets stronger.
Mhm.
No, it does, because it's going to take 9 damage from the Gargoyle. Explosives.
Explosives is target creature, though, right?
Yeah.
Or is it
so-
all of them?
No, it's target creature. Well,
Yeah, so we'd have to.
Oh,
Have
at
to
level 1
target
it is target creature. My bad. My
Yeah.
bad. I
You
gotta
have to target
read
the-
these cards.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only priority targets really that need to be killed are the Brood Queen and potentially the Devourer. Devourer doesn't really get that big, and Nurk has quite a life buffer right now. So just making sure that the Brood Queen dies and the Invoker that he's about to play survives is probably the only important thing. And then if you get to if you get to play the Battle Brand just to kill the Brood Queen, then you can level that the explosives. And it leaves you in a very good position for later.
In the way it works now, there are 7 creatures other than Devour, and the way that Nook wants to play this turn, all of them are going to die except the Gargoyle and Maid Zivian Hound. So, like, that's 5 triggers, and 11, which is basically a level.
Is Yama's breaking up for anybody else?
Yeah, he is.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's the problem sometimes when you've got like a ridiculous quantity of Twitch streams up, just eats your bandwidth.
Oh, yeah, I should probably close this
Yep.
up. Alright, let's do that.
6, 7, 8. See, if you wanted to kill the Brood Queen with the Battle Brand, he needed to static shock the Brood Queen. So that's out now.
Which pretty much just leaves explosives.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now? Is this better?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I had it right originally, dropping the Invoker in 5 and killing the Devourer, because it would still bash into the Invoker. And then you guys confused me.
Sorry.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll just use explosives to do it then.
Yep. So
Looks like he's
I have a sneaking suspicion that neither of these invokers are going to survive this turn.
Yeah, I mean, he's opted to kill to leave the Brood Queen alive, which I think is a really smart play because none of his creatures are that important. Like Brood Queen trading 1-for-1 with a level 1 card is not the biggest problem.
Yeah.
I love the slingshotting.
Oof. Well, Invoker math is just really hard. That's really all you can say about this ever. Invoker math is just really hard. So what do you think here? Phoenix has 6. It's kind of tough. Like, I think that I would tend to Phoenix in 2. Go ahead and Battle Brand the Doom Rider. Probably level. Do you level the Knight or the Static Shock? Like, I actually really like leveling Static Shocks because I hate it when they get too far down where you don't get to play them, like in this hand.
Yeah, he's got so many invokers leveled up that I think that's probably the correct play. Is leveling the Static Shock here.
Yeah, and it's not great leaving the other Brood Queen, but it just doesn't really matter at this point. What? That's an interesting set of plays.
What do you think he's looking for in the chat log? Oh, that's aggressive.
That's very aggressive.
Probably just
Interesting.
checking to see what
All
he'll
right.
get penalized.
So
by
he's
that
making
one.
sure. So he is making sure that he. Ooh.
I feel like that trend could have gone a lot better.
Yes.
Suddenly we have 1,600 viewers.
All of them
As
just came
Kibler
over.
just
yeah.
shot us a link.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Brian
I like that.
was streaming this morning, and I guess as
Yeah.
he finished up, he sent people over here. So welcome, everybody, from Brian Kibler's stream. This is the Forge Watch Invitational for the video game Soulforge, the digital collectible card game from Stoveblade Entertainment. If you're new to the game, check out some of the links underneath the stream. There's some really great community sites and some getting started things there, as well as some pretty common and popular streamers. So check it out, and otherwise, enjoy this tournament.
Yeah, these are the best players in the world right now. This is, I think, top 64 players.
Mhm.
So this is the tournament of the year.
The current tournament of the year. I believe that. I mean, there's a Soulforge Worlds is going to happen.
Absolutely.
Right?
Not this year.
2015.
Yep, that's
Right.
Oh, that is. Oh, that's 2015.
Yep, it's wrapping around to Gen Con is when the finals will take place for that. So, but all
Good
the
stuff.
columns.
Should also
So-
mention that Brian Kibler works on this game.
Yes, which is why you're all
This
here.
is his game.
All right, so
Deep in the tank
we have
for nerds.
we have some tough choiches here
I
for
mean, not-
for
not-
Nurk.
there's only 3 cards he can play, and so he's going to play all of them.
Yeah.
Just
But
where you
how
point
we're
them.
but how he sets this up is going to be tough. Basically, looks like what his best play is going to be right now is to Static Shock the active Doom Rider, to get it down to 6.
Yeah, and then
Or I
burn
should
out
say
the-
get it down to 5 in this case, so he can trade with his Aegis Knight, and then he just has to burn out something. Most likely the Doom Rider, because it's what's going to be putting down the most damage next turn, and he's just got to get rid of it. And he's likely going. Hopefully, his next hand he'll be able to clear out the board some.
Yeah, there is also the problem, though, that if he doesn't kill the Brood Queen, or doesn't put damage on the Brood Queen, it's possible he can't kill it next turn, which means that he won't be able to establish a board, which is a big problem if he's trying to get back into this game. I think I would take the damage from the level 2 Doom Rider and put damage on the Brood Queen and try to get that off the board first as the first priority. So that is going to stop you from building any kind of board.
Yeah, I think that unfortunately, I do actually agree with Nurk's decision here, just because the Doom Rider, if allowed to grow anymore, and it will grow if you're trying to spend time clearing out everything else, is going to just get harder and harder for him to even deal with
Right,
in
but
any way, shape, or form.
I'm kind of wishing all these 2.4 dragons were phoenixes, though. Over and over.
I mean, but like the thing is here, like no matter what you play, it's going to die to the Brood Queen,
8, 9, 10.
which is my
He
concern.
needs one more damage to kill that Brood Queen with the Aegis Knight, which is so unfortunate.
Oh, you're right. You put the gargoyle. You mean the sentinel in front of the? No, I don't see that play at all.
Oh, if you drop the Aegis Knight directly in front of the Brood Queen, that's 10.
Oh, okay. I see. I
Yeah.
thought you were trying to do some kind of sentinel combo.
No.
Okay.
No, you've got. He has to play one. He has to play 2 of his level 2s,
Right.
and likely here I would want to level the gargoyle for sure. And so yeah, going ahead and just dropping in front of the Doom Rider to make sure that it dies, and then he's okay. So he is going to force. He's going to force his opponent to decide whether or not he wants to keep the Brood Queen or not. And I definitely agree with this decision.
I mean, you definitely have to. Like, Zwaxor's hand here is pretty miserable. Plus,
Not
he gets a free.
necessarily, yeah.
Plus, he gets a free spirit from the Nefrax,
That's true.
which is going to probably be the deal breaker. Like, there's no way you don't kill this dragon, and I think that's going to put the game away for Zwaxor. That Brood Queen, just too
I
powerful.
agree. Almost impossible to come back, especially when you have free creature generation, free creature destruction, and a Devourer to profit off both.
Right. So if you ever kill anything to devour, it gets bigger. So I think that's
Yep.
game.
That
He doesn't even
is
have a
so-
spell to go with the static shocks. It's kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like actually an Invoker here could have maybe done some work if he had a level 3 Invoker. But
If he had a level 3 Invoker and a spell, it could have done a lot of
Right,
and another
exactly.
spell. It could have done a lot of work.
right.
That's pretty tough. But yes, he has to do that. Does he? Is there any way? Yeah, I don't see any way that he can actually survive into the next turn.
Like if he kills the two biggest creatures, the Aetherphage and the Nephrax, he's still taking 10 from the Spirit and 4 from the Brood Queen and 15 from the Devourer.
Well,
doesn't die.
it's going to end up being more because he's just going to drop creatures, kill something with the Brood Queen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there's nothing that he can. The only way that he could make sure that the Brood Queen doesn't kill something is if the Brood Queen is if he had a creature that could both kill the Aetherphage
and die. Yeah, but he doesn't have that. Or he also can't double Static Shock because he doesn't have another spell. So that is going to be the game. Zwexer will just drop a creature, shoot the Aegis Knight, and that will be lethal.
25, 29. Yep, he just needs to kill one creature, and that's it.
The win
And there it is.
Out. All right. So yeah, that was either way. I mean, at least the early game of that was really exciting. Definitely flew to one side at the end, though.
You know, I think the Nephrax Devourer combo was just really powerful. I think just getting the Nephrax online was pretty much unstoppable for Nurk there.
You know, Nephrax kind of blindsided me as a card for how powerful it is, just because when you play it, you have to sacrifice a creature that you control, and that's in many ways just losing a lot of value. But it's got so much health that it can usually get 1 or even 2 triggers, getting you just a bunch of spirits. And really, the UN Brood Queen deck just has so much fodder that it can get rid of and not even bat an eye. So the fact that Nephrax has been kind of coming into its own, really cool. I like that.
Yeah, it also combos so well with the Brood Queen. You play Brood Queen and then you play Nephrax, and they're both, Nephrax doesn't cost you a card, and then also Brood Queen's activation won't cost you a card either because you can just make a spirit. It's like a really, really nice combo.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move over to Hectare's stream, guys. Let's go ahead and hop over there.
All right. No more multi-twitching.
You are. I don't need to.
Who's he playing against?
Looks like he is against Michaela.
All right. So I guess we don't have a second stream.
Okay.
I don't believe we do.
All right.
All right. Looks like seeing a game from. I think this is the first, at least the first game I've been present for that we've streamed from the Brood Queen player's perspective, as I mean.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Ooh, Scattersport Eidolon. That's the sort of older version I think people moved away from. So looks like it's on Michaela's turn. That Devour is a problem. My first thoughts.
Maybe. Hectare's has a lot of pressure right now.
Yeah, but so does that Devour. I mean, he's almost going to have to trade this Aetherphage for it, which is not where you want to be, because that's, you kind of want to play your level 3 in an empty lane.
Truth.
So I was planning on saving it for later, but I think when this game gets done, why don't we go ahead and show Nexus Aeronaut after this game?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
So how do you guys feel about playing Nether Drake in the UN games?
I mean, I don't know, because a lot of the creatures that can kill are not the most powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for a large, for me at least, you just have a huge amount of stuff that's already doing kill work already.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, with multiple Nephrax and Brood Queen, you can sort of control where it spawns, but I mean, like, you already have to be ahead to be able to get that control.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's more of a let's lock the win in place.
Yeah,
there's plenty of people playing it. I'm not
more.
saying it's bad, but it's not something I'm happy to play. I mean, this is probably the place for it. But
yeah, if there was a deck that you were going to play it in, it
nice.
had nice.
He hits another
nice
sheet
Aetherphage.
Nice. Speak of the devil.
Yeah.
No, but if you are going to play the Nether Drake, this is the deck to do it. But again, as you were saying, it really does feel win more.
It also
Like,
does get hit
you don't
by,
necessarily need it.
It also does get hit by Aetherphage, which is huge because most of the decks right now are playing Aetherphage.
Well, spells get hit by Aetherphage.
I've been seeing
Right.
both Tempe's and Aloyan decks just splashing Utera for Aetherphage.
Yeah, no,
Aetherphage is so good.
especially when your opponent's leveling up spells as their primary game plan. So when your opponent is leveling Nether Shrieks and they're relying on Nether Shrieks to impact the board, and you just snatch that from their hand, it's so powerful.
No, Aetherphage coming down and taking an energy surge so that you can't draw free cards on your turn is probably the most back-breaking sit in the corner sob afterwards.
Yeah. What do you think about this Broodfang placement? I think maybe
I actually think it's unnecessary here. If Michaela's going to kill it, he's going to kill it, and now you're going to have to sacrifice something next turn. Although he does have the Branchweaver Druid, so he has a 1/1 to sacrifice, so it's not going to be an issue.
right.
But I would almost rather either have had it trade with the Dire Hound because you're going to kill the Devourer next turn regardless, or I would have just open laned it for extra damage.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking to open lane it to guarantee that you can kill the Devourer.
Scimitar, deck lists are below the stream. Just hit refresh on the stream if the link that you're looking for is not there, and it should be there. We update them regularly as information comes out. But everything you would want, brackets, deck lists, etc., all below the stream.
All right, so so we're gonna have lots of tokens flying around right here.
Right.
He's going for the Deathweaver. I'm not sure if I would do that in this particular board state. Just because we have a Branchweaver Druid which can trade with a Dire Hound. We have a Branchweaver Druid makes a 15/15?
It does.
Yep. So we have a 15/15 that you could potentially drop in front of, I don't know, like the Tree Folk or something. I mean, that's not ideal either. Maybe you just drop the token in front of the Tree Folk, but you can also put your Brood Queen token in front of the Devourer and just make sure that trades.
Oh, it's a 14/14, by the way.
Oh, 14,
yeah,
14.
you're right. You're right. I played that card. I should know.
I mean, I think just to clear the board, I would be playing the Brood Queen 3 and the Branchweaver Druid, because then you're still left with a Brood Queen, which is going to be sitting in front of a 1/1, no big deal, and potentially be left with a 14 and some change.
I mean,
Or
you don't
14
even.
power for some change.
I don't feel like you
I
even need to.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't feel like you even need to clear the board. Like, most of these creatures don't matter. The Tree Folk is really easy to deal with. The Devourer is just going to die to poison, because it's only going to take one trigger from this Dire Hound. So I feel like getting the Tarsus out there is just going to make your next turn so much more powerful as well. I kind of like putting the Tarsus in 1, and then after combat putting the Brood Queen in lane 3 with the Broodfang in 5 or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
just getting the Tarsus out there is so huge, especially if he has like a Varnos Pact to follow it up.
All right, that's a pretty convincing argument, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Hectarius is at a really healthy life total. I think he can afford to take 13 damage here. And then, deal with the Tree Folk on Michaela's turn with the Broodfang token.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, like, trade the Broodfang with the Invoker. Because the Broodfang doesn't have much value in player level 3.
Right. Hectaris in the tank.
Well, I mean, he does have quite a few options. I definitely agree with what you guys were saying. I mean, I don't see the Druid getting played no matter what. I think there's an argument to be made for stopping the damage from the Devourer. I just don't think it's the right argument.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very polite way of saying, Radron, you're wrong, shut up.
I have to find a new way every time. It just happens so much.
Point made. Point made.
Looks like he's thinking about blocking the druid over the direhound. That's interesting. I'm not usually scared of 1/1s, but I guess letting the Tarsus live for as long as possible is probably for the best.
Yeah. He's probably gonna
mean,
drop Brood Queen in front of the Direhound. To be honest.
probably going to get a Nether Shriek in front of his Tarsus next turn is what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Oh, well, yeah, that can't happen, though, if the Brent Reaver Druid's there. So he's going to have to let combat go through first, which means that the Invoker is going to trade with the Brood Queen, which is going to reduce the odds even more that happens. Plus, we already saw one Nether Shriek go bye-bye. I don't know how many he's leveled, or MKO has leveled so far.
Yeah, how important is it to keep the Brood Queen at a high health total?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
He chooses to go for the 2020 instead of the. This is going to keep the the Devourer around for another turn.
I don't agree with that play at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I feel like the Brood Queen activation was unnecessary. And now I guess he's riding on the power of this 2020 Tree Folk, but Brood Queen is just so.
2010 Tree Folk?
Yeah, it's a 2010.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, this 20. I don't know. I feel like Brood Queen Tarsus is just such a powerful little board.
Mm-hmm.
Plus with this play, you take another 15 from the Devourer,
and
even more potentially, because like if four creatures are almost guaranteed to die this turn.
Yeah.
He's put something in front of the Brood Queen.
And he's taking another 10 from the Direhound. Like, this is a very significant part of his life total that he's taking right now.
Yeah.
Crossing over with Hectares.
I mean, it's entirely possible he knows something that we don't know.
He does have the Varnus Factory to go with this Tarsus, but I think...
Yes.
Well, I mean,
like
the Tarsus was going to get played no matter what.
Right, well... I don't know, we thought the Brood Queen was going to get played no matter what.
Well, I mean, like, even then, like, either play that we thought of was going to include Tarsus, right? Regardless of whether we played the Tree Folk. We're just disagreeing with the placement of the Tree Folk and Tarsus.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, like, Tarsus was going to go down, so, I mean, we're always going to get value out of this Varnus Pact.
True. Yeah. And, assuming that the Tarsus survives, getting plus... I'm forgetting my numbers here. +4, +6, like getting plus... Is it +11, +11 on those packs? I mean, that's huge.
Well, it's only 8, right? No, 10.
Oh, 4 and 6. Sorry.
Right. Because Tarsus 3 is only +6. Rectares.
I really wish that we could see Emikayla's hand.
Yeah, if Emikayla has a... I couldn't tell you. But if he has a way to kill 4 creatures this turn to give that Devourer another swing, I think he's in an excellent position. Like, even if he has some kind of creature in front of Brood Queen or something. Yep. There's 2 deaths. Looks like he's not going to get to the 2 extra deaths he needs.
And before Nether Shriek.
Oh, that would do it too.
Replace.
Interesting.
Oh,
the
wow.
Brood Queen's going to trigger. That did not work out well.
Nope.
No.
I think he wanted some better creatures.
One would have hoped.
Yeah.
Token has to go in front of the Tree Folk, right?
You mean the Tarsus packs? Oh, you mean from
the Brood Queen token?
Yeah. I think so. I think that's more value than putting it in front of Brood Queen. It's just gonna kill it in 1 hit, 2 hits. He goes for the Brood Queen though. So just resigned to take 20 here. Oh, he gets another play. I'll do it. Tarsus Pack is so powerful that we thought we thought Tarsus Pack was his whole turn. Yeah, so that's definitely better.
Okay, so now we have a decision point here. And I think that now you don't play the second Tarsus and you actually Ferocious Roar.
Yeah,
I agree.
Ferocious Roar is so great here. We have from Nalanthi that Emikaila is female.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I did not know that. So it will be she.
Oh, we do have. Do we have one other option? No, we don't have another option. Nope. For some reason I was thinking that the Brood Queen could kill the opponent's Brood Queen after combat.
No, you
Nope,
don't.
that's not
There's
gonna
nothing you want to kill with that.
happen.
I
No,
promise you.
no, don't
There's
do it.
nothing you want to
Don't
kill
do
with
it.
that. Wow.
Oh.
2010 goes down. And
Oh wow.
2010 goes down in order to kill a 4-2.
Well, to be fair, that 2010 was going down regardless.
True,
Yeah.
but the 2010 could have taken an 8-4 instead of a 4-2.
Yeah.
I guess he really values that Brood Queen.
But it's
'Cause it looks
in
like
player
he
rank
does-
2. Why do you value... Like, they're about to go into player level 4. Why do you value a level 2 Brood Queen in player level 4? Especially one on the aggressive.
Ooh.
Yeah. The Devour's a sick return, though. It's
Yeah.
going to be quite large.
That Aetherphage was a pretty sick return too, to be honest.
Yeah,
Did it
I
take
agree. Those
anything?
were both great great pickups. But I mean, like, trading, dealing 6 damage in order to take 8, and still have to deal with a Broodfang that's taking out any creature you put in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems really poor. I'll have to ask him about that later. Dear Hectares, why must you kill yourself?
Well, when all else fails, play Varna's Pact and roll well with the RNG.
And it's not even rolling that well. There's a level 1 creature and a level 2 creature.
It didn't matter. Tarsus 3
Yeah.
on 4.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to roll well. You have a Tarsus out.
Getting a Devourer, that thing's getting big.
That thing is going to be large. And it's got the Invoker. They're both going to be large.
Yep. Large
Dueling Devourers.
Oof.
Oh, that's a lot of damage Michaela's taking here.
Yes.
19. I don't even want to do that math. It's like upwards of 50 damage.
54? 54.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna see a Life Blood Dryad here?
I don't know. It's like...
Ding.
I
it's
definitely.
Because no
wouldn't
matter what you play, trades with the Brood Queen. Yeah, or Broodfang. Yeah,
Boom.
absolutely.
roasted. Doing a
Plus
57
1, plus 1.
damage. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, 57 damage. Beautiful.
Only that was on level 3 Ferocious Roar.
So I think Michaela is going to need a Tarsus here, plus a Varna's Pact to have a chance.
A big Brood Queen.
Tarsus plus a high level Lotus would do it as well.
Yeah, Lotus would do it too.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has outs.
I think it involves a Tarsus though, no matter what happens. Or maybe
big
someone to
thing
give
is
this
that-
Devourer a breakthrough.
The scary thing for Hectares right now is that if Amicala is able to clear out the rest of the board, that Devourer
Yeah.
is going to be
Does it?
massive.
Too.
And there
That
it
is
is.
exactly the card
Is he
I
gonna
would've
put it
bumped
on-
to.
Is he going to put it on that?
Wow.
Oh, okay. So he's buffing the
Yes.
Brood Queen. I actually agree with that. You're getting way enough value. Look at that.
I don't
Oh
know,
my
that's a
gosh.
huge Devourer, like you're gonna
Well, it
need
did-
jeez.
No, that's
Well,
game.
it just made 15,
And Michaela
15.
takes the game.
Because no matter what Hectares does, she can just kill whatever's blocking the Devourer. Jeez.
That's fantastic. What a fantastic turnaround there.
So, race car, are you there?
Yep, hanging out.
You about ready to show off Mr. Aeronaut?
Oh, yeah, you know it. So we'll do that
As soon as this battle button is pressed.
as soon as Hectares admits defeat.
Kicking and screaming. Kicking and screaming.
Yeah. Aw. Roar.
Rawr. Scariest Lotuses you ever did saw.
Oh,
So close.
There it is.
That was such a close game. I feel like there's probably some way that this could have gone differently.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know. We mentioned a couple of them.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was six damage off. I feel like some sort of sequence of different plays somewhere along the line would have netted him 6 extra damage.
Yep.
I think we actually came across some of those plays.
No, I mean, we haven't actually figured out whether or not those would change the outcome of the game, though, is all I'm saying. It's possible that he makes those plays and he still loses what Michaela has here. But
Yeah, so good game to Michaela and Hector's there.
yeah, I think we've pronounced Michaela's name like 4 different ways.
Yeah, and also called her a him. So you guys have some deep
yeah.
apologizing to do there. So, but how about as an apology, we show you all the Nexus Aeronaut. Bam.
Aw, yeah.
Damn, I don't see it.
Well,
I'll have to wait till the stream catches up.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, so unlucky.
So there it
Sucks to be
is.
you, Yamas.
We'll give you guys just a brief moment there to soak it in. And,
Look at that face.
yeah.
All right, guys. Quickest person to post it on Reddit wins.
Ooh.
So
We're gonna
what
see,
you're saying is we could actually win because Tom could just give us the file?
Yeah. So I'm curious whose face is on that.
Yeah,
Because
I'm really
I know
curious.
it's someone's face,
Yeah,
but I don't know whose.
You don't really tend to get faces that look like that unless they come from those rewards for the get your face
Yeah.
on a card thing that they were doing during the backer thing. So
Otherwise,
I think David is in
It's really
chat.
powerful.
Maybe he can shed some light on that.
it's
really
probably more
powerful.
likely to come from the person whose face it is than it is from Stoneblade. I'm guessing, just for privacy reasons. But
I like Stopmeister's comment in chat, which I can't repeat live.
Oh,
That is Justin Gary's brother,
oh, cool.
awesome.
which will henceforth be called Unknown Gary.
This card seems awesome. It's the battle tech that can do things outside of being a battle tech.
That's gotta cause some big family divides. Like, I'm not gonna invest in your project, but I'll kickstart it because I get stuff out of it. That's a quick way to get disowned. So what do you guys think? Personally, for me, I really like that. This is a battle tech that actually says you can play me out of the center lane and get some real value out of it. I like the fact that it can just be a for-profit blocker in addition, and it really lets you play to your own tactical advantage. You really got to think when you're playing this card.
It also moves, so it can switch from one mode to the other.
Yep. It also says that I can be a battle tech for a turn and then move so I can play a battle tech.
Yeah, yeah. This card also plays extremely well with Aegis Knight.
It seems like we've got a deck in the works here.
Don't forget Nexus
throw in
Tech
some
as well.
robots and we're good.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
Nexus
Nexus
Tech
Tech
too.
as well.
Jeez. So you move this over, you play Nexus Tech in the middle, and then you Aegis Knight.
Aegis
and they're all
Knight.
guys. Nice.
4
This is
armor.
sweet. Yeah.
Oh man.
This is sweet. Yeah, this would be in the Nerks deck. Absolutely.
We're getting close. We're getting close to being able to do a human armor tribal deck. Actual human tribal, where none of the humans actually have effects that affect humans. They just happen to have effects that affect each other.
So there's no benefit to playing this human tribal. It's just a human tribal.
It's
Yep.
just good stuff deck that has lots of humans in it.
It's like Omen Raven got to Reddit really fast.
He wins first.
You win a congratulations, my friend.
I'm not congratulating him.
Oh, congratulations, my friend.
Yamas didn't congratulate you. You're not his friend.
Yamas is a mean person.
This is true.
I don't know what to say. I'm quite upset.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, that said, are we gonna go ahead and get up another stream now?
Yeah, I am working on one. I mean, Hector has just started his again, so if we wanted to stick with that, we can.
Sure.
But there are a few other folks who are streaming as well, so I'll just go ahead and cut it back, and we'll.
Ooh, gotta be KD. Would like to let us know that Nerk's deck is a Turkus original,
Oh, nice.
which is
Yeah, it is
sweet
called
since,
Turkus.
Since Turkus was not able to play in the Invitational tonight. It's nice to still see his sweet decks.
Yeah, the deck is named, has targets in the name or something like that. So, oh god,
Oh,
Charge
what?
match.
And this is the rules engine at work right now.
Is
So,
this on stream? What charge is this?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I see.
So-
I see a patriarch that is about
So-
to get tiny. Or
so
has
just
got
for-
tiny.
Just for anyone who doesn't know, currently Overload cards can be brought back with Varda's Pact, which is supposed to only affect cards that die.
Let's
place.
be fair. There is exactly one creature currently with Overload,
Well, you can Torg my Guardian away at Krogius 3 and get him back.
but that's banished. It's not Overload.
It's still, you can get it back.
But yeah, banished
I'm
cards.
correcting Raedrin.
Banished cards do get affected by Varnish Pact. That text will reflect that functionality in the patch coming out next week. Currently, text does not reflect that functionality. At a later patch, they'll look into removing banished cards from the dead pile.
Currently, we have an 80% chance of bringing back Dire Hounds with Varda's Pact.
And that's a large Devourer. Or it will be in the next turn. Although it's just going to get shot by Brood Queen. Unfortunately.
Or is it?
I mean, I can't imagine you shoot the Aether Fate here.
So, Yamas, your turn, just like Fox, to go take a breather. We'll see you in an hour, my friend.
So you make everyone hate me and then take me off of stream.
This is
That
this
was-
is how we
that
roll
was-
in Forge
that's
Watch.
about right.
That was
Right.
the goal. Roll with the punches there.
Alright guys, it was fun.
All right.
See?
So now
See, I told you! Brood Queen! Killing the thing in front of Brood Queen.
So in case you guys don't know voices, Fox is on break right now, so you might
I'm
not
not.
know his voice.
I'm on
are,
break.
You're just
I was
still
off
chilling.
break.
You are on break. You're just still chilling in the channel. That was Yamas who just left. Holy Llama. I'm Kit. Racecar, say hi.
Hello.
Racecar, introduce Raedra.
Raedrin is on the stream, and he will talk now.
Hello. What's up, guys?
You
I'm ready.
best know Raedrin for never winning a tournament other than the first.
That's true.
Also known as Raid Loses.
Oh gosh.
Every format after that tournament has been a raid lossless format.
Pretty much. Because it hasn't been an AT format. No
Exactly.
AT spells means. But it's coming back. It's coming back.
It's kind of back. I'm having great success right now, actually.
Results will be updated when we get them. So no worries on anything. I'm sure Notharian is very eager to pop in and say who the winners are from Pod A as soon as he has winners from Pod A.
Yep. It's
That's an accurate.
It's pretty much guaranteed, I think, at this point that Pod A, one of them is going to be Wookiee Mike. He is 6-0, so even if he loses, the next closest person to him is 4-2. So, pretty good chance here for. Well, I think that pretty much guarantees Wookiee Mike has an in here.
He's against Technonaut. I mean, technically, he could actually concede the match and still make it. He could just throw it away and just randomly replace the same creature over and over.
Yeah.
That's how I.
So you're saying that technically he could not
Oh my god.
play?
Oh my gosh.
Don't.
I guess this is the biggest forum he's ever had to make a pun.
Yeah.
So I won't.
And the viewership just tanks. Oh gosh. Thank you all for sticking with us through all of the puns. No.
Sticking with us through Raedrin. That's the
I know,
real thing.
It's tough. It's tough, guys. I'm sorry. Huh. So, okay. Hectaris plays right now.
I'm
I'm
actually.
wondering if you should be. I'm wondering if you should be using the druid, putting the 1/1 in front of the Echo Wisp and the 5/5 in front of the Dire Hound, and then brood queening away his opponent's Doom Rider, which will kill his opponent's Echo Wisp because the Doom Rider will pop over -1/-1 to the Echo Wisp,
Mhm.
and then get another +1/+1 when the.
I think that's correct.
Oh no, not
What?
that!
No,
Okay.
no.
Yep. I think you guys
Okay,
are a little
right?
bit behind the stream that I have because I totally saw that a few seconds before you. Yeah, a little bit of a panic.
That
moment
could have been
here from the
really
Forge Watch crew.
bad.
definitely
Who else is still on multi-Twitch? Because I'm still on multi-Twitch.
Oh.
I guess I can switch over to just Twitch.
So Nurx asked a question in the chat about games not being updated. It does take some time because now multiple pods are getting updated at the same time. If you don't see an update within 10 minutes, you should send a message to the email provided.
Yes, in particular, we don't have an email from Narc's game, so if someone sent the email, they mistyped the address.
That's a big level 1 Direhound.
That is a big level 1 Direhound. It's also alt-art Direhound.
Looks like we have results. Well, we have one result up from Pod B. Is Randall's is moving on with the 6-1 record, and there is
Congratulations, Randalls.
Yeah, there is a tie at second in that pod. So we'll see where that ends up.
So that is one Indeed. One Indeed beat Chodocchio in the head-on-head match earlier in the pod, and so he will advance.
Oh, okay. So Indeed will in fact advance.
You mean he will indeed advance?
Indeed.
Nice. So I gotta say, Randalls and Hans, by the way, hold the highest number of first place and top 4 finishes across all Forge Watch tournaments. So I just want to shout that out because it's very exciting to see him move on to the top 16.
It is super impressive. Ooh, it's a lot of Tarsus right there.
He's also a really cool guy that I enjoy talking to, sadly not nearly as often as I used to. Call me!
What?
Kit sending you a love note live.
Only way to do it, sir. So some definitely some options here. Sadly, no way to move or keep that Doom Rider alive.
Yeah.
So it's going down, and that Oros not taking out the Echo Wisp.
That's a big Echo Wisp.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a little sad.
Now he knows not to play the other.
No hit on the Aetherphage.
Just doesn't mean he doesn't have spells. Just means he doesn't have
Right.
level 1 spells.
Now, this is a tough decision point for Hecteras. Yeah, I think that is actually what he has to do is that play right there. Leaving 2 Tarsuses up for the next turn is just way too dangerous.
Would that be Tarsai?
Death Weavers.
There we go. I like that better.
Well, at least so there is a Stygian Lotus here,
Yeah?
which could do a lot of work.
I mean, he could do the guarantee on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play Devourer in 5?
I
Tempting.
think that might be his only chance, honestly.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
he
other
has-
things he could do, but
Because he has to get back into this game somehow.
Well, if you're going to board fill with Lotus, I mean, Devour definitely seems to be a pretty decent way to do it, because then you've got a huge Devourer, and he's got no Brood Queen on board for the kill, at least initially.
looks like he's choosing to go Direhound and Aetherphage. Hits, wow, some interesting choices.
Doing some math.
You take the roar here. He's not going to have a board left. You just take the roar.
Yep. I definitely agree with Raytron on that.
So
honestly, I
of
didn't even need to
mitigation.
check the board for that. It was like, all right, both my creatures are dying, so.
Well, there is a Tarsus Pact, though. This
Or
could be good.
Tarsus Lotus.
Well,
Oh,
he-
the miss.
Yeah. Twice.
Ooh.
Wow.
So
Okay.
It's definitely going to be Tarsus Lotus here.
Yeah.
Actually, Varnish Pact could bring back a Lotus, so And there has been at least one Lotus that has died this game, if I remember.
I actually think it has to be Tarsus Pact because you need to pray that you're going to get something really good to drop in front of that Doom Rider.
Fair.
Ooh.
A Tarsus 2 would be a great thing to put. No, why are you not Tarsusing? What are you doing, bro?
I think he's hoping to maybe get a Tarsus back from the Pact and then drop a Lotus for the guaranteed fill.
Gotcha.
That's my guess.
That's quite the stretch.
Because he was thinking about dropping it into lane 2.
Also looks like he didn't play it in... I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, didn't even
That
go
was
for that.
definitely not what I was looking for. That Direhound, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the other thing. It's like, go ahead and get the Tarsus out because you're going to likely get a Direhound. We've seen so many of them die.
Yeah. Well, and he's got another one too, so he can essentially just flat kill that Doom Rider now.
Yep. So that is going to clear the board.
Eventually.
He's going to take 5. He's going to take 5 damage from the Direhound next turn. But
I mean, yeah.
these UN decks have very little reach, so sitting at low life totals is not necessarily a bad thing.
Their reach is hope I can get more creatures on the board than you can.
Yep. Yep. So he's probably going to. So after he gives -5/-5 to that Doom Rider, he's going to play the other. He's going to play the other Hound in front of the Doom Rider and kill the Aetherphage.
No, that wouldn't work, because then the Doom Rider would swing. The Doom Rider would dance.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Doom Rider wouldn't dance. It's going to die in combat. Oh,
No,
you're
but
right.
it kills.
Oh, shoot. I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, because
No,
if
you're
you
right.
kill
You're right.
something
You're
else,
right.
it moves. Yeah.
And this is why we call you Raid Loses.
Yep.
Just kidding, we love you.
Yeah, he's got to do that. I mean, that really is the only play left for him. He can't leave that Doom Rider sitting there, especially with a whole bunch of trades that he just set up. So
Also, I echo every petition so far.
I just thought of a play. 5, 6. No, that still ends up being better. But he could have.
so
He could
excited.
have saved. He could have actually saved some damage if he had killed his opponent's Doomhound, moving the Doom Rider in front of the poison creature, and then had them go into combat.
All right, I'm dropping a code very, very shortly.
by the way, the place where you
Uh,
enter the code is linked down below the stream.
It's also in chat.
Is it in chat? Okay, I'm not looking at the chat.
Also,
right now.
I highly recommend. Well, I second the petitions that the alternate art for Doom Rider has him dancing on the DDR dance pad.
There you go, Code's hand. Get it.
Get-
Get it. Get it.
Grimgaunt Doom Dancer.
Yes, and actually change the name for that.
I'd be down with that.
Who wouldn't be down for that?
You down with
So-
UGD?
Yep. So basically, he's in panic mode here. He has to Brood Queen Lotus just to survive, right?
I'm not sure. This is just a really bad spot to be in.
Oh, the thought. I mean, everybody's silent, trying
Yeah,
to think of what the best way to handle this is.
What the best way to not lose next turn is?
Pretty much, yeah.
That code comes with some free salt, Arash.
Sorry, I had to kill my mic for a moment.
No worries.
Pretty sure that his only way of even having a chance of surviving is to drop the Brood Queen and then Lotus just to survive for another turn.
But wow, does it feel bad?
Well, of course it feels bad.
We were all like, yeah, Hectares has got this great hand going into 3. Picatards was better.
Eight. Oh, hey. Drop that in front of the Tarsus. Big Tarsus.
It kills the Tarsus, assuming no shenanigans ensue.
There will be shenanigans.
Wait, this
Oh,
is not the
wow.
shenanigans you want. These are not the shenanigans you're looking for.
I think he's thinking about putting the token in front of the big Tarsus.
Yeah, but even still, you drop the Brood Queen into the
Brood
free
Queen,
lane
yep.
where it's not going to take any damage, potentially get taken out, and you can maybe use it to help you clear the board next turn, right?
What? No, you don't play either phage?
No, you don't do that. Don't,
Well, I guess, I mean,
No, you don't.
take
do that.
25 damage, die to Aurora.
Yeah.
Are we about to see wreck tears
You don't-
again?
You don't get to play defensively here. You put the Brood Queen in the open lane so that it for sure survives next turn. Because if he has any removal, you're dying anyway.
Yeah, it's true. There is much thought by the wreck tears.
Yeah. Picador must think that his board is
Did have a
Picador.
roar.
Yeah, I totally would have at least flip-flopped that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, what if he had... Oh, never mind, he can't have spells, but, like, you know, any creature that gives pump.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Hector's next hand says that this is already game over anyway. There's
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he could drop a Brood Queen down.
And have the
And,
Doom Rider
Doom Rider.
dance into 4.
Right. So he's got
We
some
could
ways that he
potentially...
can manipulate this, but it's not looking great. And I think in this case you probably sack the Brood Queen over the token, because at least the token's giving poison to something. Take the shallow grave.
Do it.
There it goes. Yeah, I still think that not having the Brood Queen survive is wrong.
Well, so at this point, he's actually in a pretty good position
Mm-hmm.
to take this
Yeah,
back.
this
He's
is- yeah.
trading lanes 1 and 5. He's got the ability to Brood Queen something out, and he can essentially move his Doom Rider over.
Yep.
So he can play Doom Rider in 4, put Brood Queen in...
In
I'd
2.
say in 2.
Mhm.
Broodfang into 3.
Yep.
Actually, no, I like it the other way around. Broodfang into 2 and Queen into 3. And then he sacks the Broodfang to kill the Patriarch, dances over. He might take 8 damage, but he has 0 poison on his Doom Rider. Instead of 5.
I mean, isn't there a chance that the Doom Rider doesn't end up in front of the Broodfang?
Oh, it will dance post-combat, never mind.
Like, there are 3 different places that Doom Rider could end up.
Well, no, there's only 2 different places it can end up, because he'll have to sack pre-combat.
Oh, right.
So then he's just going to dance the... I assume he's... No! Kill the Brood Queen. To kill... Never mind. Alright, well...
Oh, he's
No,
using
I think that was correct, because he's preventing as much damage as possible.
Yeah, and I guess, killing the Brood Queen with something that's probably much better than that Brood Queen's ever going to end up being isn't really a worthwhile thing for Picador, so we're not probably going to see a trade off of something else to get 2 damage in. Probably not.
Yep. Oh, that was that worked out really well. This is why Hectares is playing and not us.
Hey guys, I need to mute my mic for a second. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Sounds good. Doom Rider is so good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, well, at least from the circles that I know, a lot of people tend to think that Doom Rider is probably one of the more powerful cards that came out of the set over something like Brood Queen, just because of the versatility of it. It can be a really big, out-of-control creature, and if you're smart with how you play with it, you can actually use it to your advantage, all of the buffs and debuffs that it gives. And so really, really great card for high-skill people who can really understand board positioning and killing off their own dudes with, say, like a Brood Queen or even a few other options to get a full advantage out of it. Now there was a play.
Ooh, wow. It's a lot of Wisp.
Yeah.
Packed?
So the funny thing is I almost kind of feel like you fill up lanes like as much as you possibly can. So
Yeah.
Pact is obviously a part of that.
Yeah, you can combat, have the Doom Rider's going to move over and
Eat
kill
the other wisps.
Eat the
Yeah.
other wisp. And then or do you pact first so that you don't accidentally get yourself an extra chance at yeah, you pact first. Because you don't want to accidentally get a level 1 Brood Queen.
Well, I actually think it's correct to pact post-combat, because the Doom Rider is going to dance, and if you're playing a Lotus and you're relying on it, you want to guarantee that the only open lane is blocked, so that Lotus will proc correctly. Because if that
Okay.
Lotus pops into one before it pops somewhere else, then there's a good chance you just die.
Yeah. So the question is whether or not he's actually considering using Lotus, because at this point he doesn't have to get all of the Echo Wisps blocked off. He could play something else, be just fine. Oh, hello, Branch Weaver. I don't think you were the card he was looking for.
Welp.
Dire Hound, though.
Yeah.
I almost think you shrink the Echo Wisp in front of the Doom Rider.
Oh yeah.
Just to keep some damage from it.
Yep. Keep the Doom Rider as alive as possible.
And then I think you replace in 5 with the Phage. It's just your biggest creature.
Seems like a play.
And has the potential to take away an option, like a Siphon.
Yep.
And honestly, I think that might be the biggest thing that Picador could draw here.
Wisp down. Wisp down. Combat. Come on, Hectares. Hit that battle button. There you go. Alright. Doom Rider dancing. 2411 is still not bad. You know, he could get crazy and actually just play another Doom Rider.
Alright guys, I'm back. I'm pretty surprised that he's managed to hang on this many turns at 19 to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the Siphon. Tarsus Pact?
Yep, Etherphage says goodbye to Roar,
But not Pact.
but not Pact.
And that's the important
That's
part.
the important thing. Because you can essentially fill lanes again here between the Druid and the Pact.
Yep. So what would you pump
Yeah.
here? Oh, wow. Pumping itself.
What you do is you put Tarsus into 5, and then you pact 1, 3, 4. Actually,
Yeah.
no, you put Tarsus into 3 or 4, and then pact into the other lanes. Tarsus isn't going to survive no matter what, but there's a chance that whatever goes in front of the Deathweaver does.
I would still be very worried that you might accidentally pull a Doom Rider off the pact and then you're going to leave something unblocked.
Well, I mean, then the card that's unblocked is a Shardbound Invoker.
Ugh, that is
Wow.
terrible.
Worst possible.
It really is.
Wow.
And funny thing is,
Replace the druid.
if he had dropped the Tarsus first,
He would have been able
This-
to clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would have been okay.
this would have been different. Yeah.
Sorry to intrude. I just have to give props to Wookie Mike for a perfect 7-0 finish in Group A.
Wow.
Wow, that's impressive.
Leader of
Yeah,
Dox's socks.
no question there.
What a guy.
We're figuring out who it is that's going to take the second slot in that group, but no question, Wookie Mike just runs away with Group A.
So we have, just to confirm, Wookie Mike and Zerando so far as the two people advancing?
One Indeed. One Indeed
Oh,
beat,
and one indeed.
One Indeed beat Chodochio in
think it's
the
just Indeed,
the head-on-head matchup. And so after that game, taking the head-on-head, One Indeed advances.
Awesome. Well, congrats to the three of them. Going to be competing for the ability to design their own card, which is a really exciting prize. Judging by my cohorts sounding off on that, they're not so excited.
No, it is really exciting. I wish that I could design my own card.
Yeah.
Combat, fill lanes.
An all level 1 pull.
Um,
Well, that's the
Have
funny thing is
artifacts.
once you start getting packs that have lots of
Okay.
level 1s in them, you just have the chance of just getting level 1s is so much higher. But yes, this is game. Hectares has nothing that he can do.
That's not entirely true. If he puts the Aetherphage 3 in lane 1, it'll block. The Doom Rider will move over and maybe end up in that lane.
Your
Like,
logic is
he has to block Echo Wisp and Invoker, and the Doom Rider has to move to lane 1. And then,
well, okay.
so it's a 50-50 chance
yeah.
he lives
Well,
to get another turn.
if we're doing it that way, Aetherphage 3 into lane 3 will ensure that. Oh no, it would die once
No.
the rider came by. No, okay, so you do have to do it that way. Yep, that's his out. We see the dance of death. Coin flip.
Anybody have a dice? A coin?
Um,
I could just go to random.org
yes.
and roll a number if you want.
Sweet. Even this happens, odd that happens. Let's do this.
all right, heads or tails? Heads or tails? I found a quarter.
Oh my gosh.
Also, sorry to break in again, but I realize this game is nearing its exciting conclusion. But there's another group starting up in 15 minutes. I just put up the decks for that group,
Cool.
which is Group F. And Group F has a very interesting assortment of decks. I would encourage people to follow the link to the deck document.
Oh no!
and he's dead.
There it is. There's the concede. So, check out the decks for Group F as they have just hit the document. Hey, and this one has Kaitiri in it, who is one of our deck tech folks. So maybe we shall watch that deck tech.
Also, Kaitiri's deck is pretty cool. It warms the cockles of my heart, and perhaps even the subcockles.
Oh gosh. So no surprise, it's a Flame Break deck from Kaitiri, who to me I feel like is probably one of the best Flame Break players in the game. Tends to play it pretty exclusively. Was doing Mono Tempest for a while, then switched to I think a little Tempest Utera, and this deck looks to be a little bit of a different take on that. So kind of interesting. So we'll save that chat for when we want to do the deck tech, which I don't know if we want to do that right now. or how we want to handle that.
I'm good with doing that right now. We can take a little break to show that off.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So let me get that ready. All right. Take that off.
Melanthe in chat points out that Michaela's on 4-0 with a deck that she just started playing yesterday.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
That's fantastic.
So we're going to go ahead and roll this. So if all of you commentator folks just want to go ahead and mute your mic. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this, guys, in the crowd there. So if there are problems with audio, visual, anything like that, let me know. And I'll try to get that adjusted on the fly. So I'll be paying good attention to the chat here. But otherwise, hopefully you guys will enjoy this deck tech.
Hello, everybody. I am Radrin from Team Forge Watch, and welcome to the Forge Watch Invitational Deck Tech segment. I am here with Kaitiri, and he is playing Pact Burn today.
Alright, seems like we're having some interesting audio things, which is funny because I have no idea why that is, because I can see it going out in my OBS. So, bear with, and hopefully we can get this square. I'll go ahead and start this back over. Sound exploded. Mute, Ruthless Killer. Yeah, we'll see if we can get this. I'm gonna try resetting my my audio grabbing thing, and we'll see if we can get it there. And if not, I think there might be another way we can get this going.
Hello, everybody. I am Radrin from Team Forge Watch, and welcome to the Forge Watch Invitational Deck Tech segment. I am here with Kaitiri, and he is playing Pact Burn today. Now, Kaitiri, how long have you been playing Soulforge?
I started around February or March of this year.
Okay, so you're fairly new.
Yeah, relatively. Right around when I was traveling for a while when I first got the game, so I couldn't play very often. So I really started playing a lot around really July or just before that of this year, June, July.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome. Obviously, you've had great success, seeing as you're here at the Invitational.
Yeah, I've done okay.
You are fairly new, so what has your competition history with Soulforge been? Like, what were some of your notable finishes?
Yeah, so I have two top 16s in Forge Watch Invitational qualifiers, and I got top 16 in the first World Championship qualifier as well. Haven't been able to make it past the 16 though.
Okay, well, at least you're consistent.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump right into the deck here. So I've got this broken out into pieces. Pact Burn. Now, we haven't seen a Necrium Tempest Shaper deck since set 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a really long time. So I like that you're bringing that back. So 3 Flame Shaper Savants, 3 Flame Break Invokers, 3 Master of Elements, and 3 Static Shocks as kind of your engine.
Yeah.
What made you decide to use this versus the Brood Queen engine or the Gox engine?
Well, all three of those like top 16s I mentioned were all made using a similar burn deck. Mostly mono Tempe's. One of them was splashing a little bit of Utera. So I've been playing this deck or variations of this deck competitively for I guess the last kind of season or a few seasons. So I've done well with it. All my previous versions didn't have any legends in them.
Wow.
Yeah, so I wrote a big article up on just the main site about, trying to compete without legends for, free-to-play players and whatnot. So I've kind of become known somewhat for playing Burn. I am mostly free-to-play, so I don't have all of the legends that you really want to support some of the other decks.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Technical issue. Seems like the audio cut in the video. We'll see if we can get that squared.
I wrote a big article up on just the main site about, trying to compete without legends for, free-to-play players and whatnot. So I've kind of become known somewhat for playing Burn. I am mostly free to play, so I don't have all of the legends that you really want to support some of the other decks.
Mm-hmm.
And I
All right, there might be a small issue with the video, which is so unfortunate because this is actually really cool. So we'll see if we can get this sorted and finish watching the deck tech in a little bit. I might actually just see if I can bring it up in a browser instead, because I do have that option. Apologies, guys. Thanks for sticking with us here as we try something new for the very first time.
Wait, there was a problem with the audio?
So for whatever reason,
I was listening to it on the stream. It sounded fine to me.
Yeah, it cut off. At least in my audio, I couldn't hear it. So
okay,
it ended up cutting off.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna see if I can bring it up in browser, and we'll watch it there. Okay. Go ahead and do that. And that was about 2 and some odd minutes in. And let me know, guys, if the audio is working. Actually, it's not playing. All right, well, I think we'll just have to...
It's an MP4.
Yeah, I downloaded it, and that's where
and whatnot.
Oh,
so I've kind of become known somewhat for playing Burn. I am mostly free to play, so I don't have all of the legends that you really want to support some of the other decks.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoy playing this sort of deck, so I wanted to stick with it and see if I could try and make it work in this meta again.
Well, as we all know, Flame Shaper is near and dear to my heart, as it is what let me compete in the first Forge Watch Invitational, so I'm really glad to see you bringing it back. Let's jump over to the next slide here. We have 3 Zynthian Direhounds and 2 Varna's Pact as kind of like an ancillary engine, at least with the way that the game rules engine works right now. What made you want to include this?
Yeah, so this is kind of my splash. I've been playing around with a lot of different splashes. Anybody who saw me play on Forge Watch last week, I was playing with a Utera splash for Aetherphage and Echo Wisp.
I like that.
They were saying a lot on there how I should be playing Necreum, and I had this deck at that time as well, but thought I'd save something for the Invitational. This really just gives another removal package with Direhound and Pact. Obviously, the Direhound Pact interaction is a little bit stronger than it's meant to be right now, which can be used to your advantage. But even without that, having the Direhounds in there to both thin your deck and as a nice, really good removal spell is great. The Pacts both interact well with the Direhounds, and they also interact well with like Master of Elements. They're essentially a creature that you can play off of Master of Elements. So you can get a little bit of extra value that way. Now, they don't trigger your Flame Shapers and they don't trigger your Invokers, which is the downside to them. But sometimes they can bring back Flame Shapers and Invokers, which can be great as well, or bring back leveled Masters and let you play even more spells. So it was actually Picador who first suggested that I try playing Pact in this deck. And I liked it the first time I started playing it. It seemed to fit really well. So I've kind of stuck with it since then, and the Dire Hounds complement it really well. So that's why that splash.
I really like your reasoning for that. I'm going to quick jump over to your removal suite over here. We have 3 Flame Lances, 3 Lightning Sparks, 3 Burnouts, 2 Conflagurates, and 2 Uranti Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Lay it out for me, man.
So these are mostly the best burn spells in the game. Burnout is a huge boon for this deck. Being able to have a spell that just does a huge amount of damage, thins your deck a bit. It's great to save into the late game because it triggers your shapers. It's great to play early if you need to, just to get rid of a problem creature. Really one of the best burn spells there is right now. Flame Lance and Lightning Spark in a similar vein. A little bit disappointing that they only do 5 damage at the first level, but
yep, 6 is that magic number right now.
Yeah, 6 is really the magic number. You need the Invoker in order to hit the 6 with those spells. But they're the next best spells after that Burnout in there. Uranti Bolt and Conflagrate are really the flex sort of spots in the burn package, I feel. I have, in my previous decks, I was running 3 Frozen Solids, which obviously is great with Invoker. In this deck, I've started to lean more on Shaper than Invoker. Frozen Solid has gotten worse because of Aetherphage for one, because they can stop you from leveling it, and because it's hard gated, it just gets worse and worse. It's always really disappointing to have a Frozen Solid in your hand that you can't play because you weren't able to level it, and you really need that trigger. And I've also found that a lot of the creatures, the problem creatures that you need it for, haven't been getting played as much, namely Thundersoar. Now, maybe we'll see a resurgence of Thundersoars tomorrow, who knows? But Thundersoar is one of the really big problem creatures that you like to have something like Frozen Solid for. So I've cut Frozen Solid. Uranti Bolt and Conflagrate are both they're both utility spells. Conflagrate is great for helping clear a couple lanes, and Uranti Bolt is nice if you can get it leveled. It's a huge damage spell, which is great in a later game to handle things even like Thundersoar or some other problem creatures, even Brood Queens. And it can also be used as a utility spell when it's under level just to delay a creature for a turn. It's great against things like Even Skull Knight because it delays them for a turn until they die.
Yep.
Or even against other high-powered creatures just to stop them from hitting you. You get another turn to try and clear them, another turn to get your Invoker triggers, another turn to get your Shaper creature or Shaper triggers. So it's in there kind of a utility spell for that.
Yep. I was just about to ask you about that because I used to do this every once in a while. But have you ever cast a level 1 Uranti Bolt on your own Flame Shaper Savant so it does not attack on your opponent's turn?
I've certainly cast Frozen Solids on my own creatures. They don't attack. I'm not sure I've ever done it with the Uranti Bolt, though.
Okay.
It's certainly an option, though.
Little keep it in mind.
That's
my little nugget of wisdom for you. It is. I believe that you can do it with Uranti Bolt.
Yeah, you certainly could. And I've done it with the Frozen Solid, but not with the Uranti Bolt. So I'll definitely keep that in mind.
All right. So what other decks or cards did you try in here? What other decks did you think about playing for the Invitational?
I also looked at some of the AT sort of Gox Burn leveling style decks. We were playing, Gox, and I was playing with an Invoker package, leveling Scorchmane Dragons and such. And tested out Brood Queen a lot as well, because that's the obvious one to be testing. So right. My team and I were testing, all those quite a lot. For me, I really wanted to stick with the burn deck. I just love playing it. I wanted to keep showing it. I wanted to try and keep doing well with it. So for me, I don't think there was really ever a question of switching to a different one. It was more testing against the matchups and trying to find the best burn that I could. So I stuck with it and never really wavered.
Well, I'm certainly glad you did because I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, in our testing, it's been doing pretty well. There are a couple things that can make the matchup a lot worse depending on what our opponent's playing, so we'll have to see what it's like tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So, thank you very much, Kaitiri. I want to leave this with one other question. Now, you mentioned that you were playing, was it on the Forge?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Nothurian played on the Forge a while back and surprised everybody by coming out of nowhere and just crushing. So, I ask you, is the Nothurian secretly the best Soulforge player in the world?
Well, he may be, but if he never comes out of hiding to play, nobody's ever going to know. So what's the point of being the best if you're just going to hide in the shadows?
Good answer, sir. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. This has been the Forge Watch Deck Tech segment. I'm Radrin, and I've been here with Kaiteria. Thank you very much.
Thank you.